So I'm chasing that feeling of like putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and when they click in place, it's just so satisfying.
What is it like for you to be back here in Minnesota, back home with your family?
It's really cool. Like, I don't get to be in one place very often. I'm on the road all the time, so getting to be home and see my family and see my little sister and snuggle the dogs and go running in the park with my high school coach, that's really special.
I feel like I saw, did you post a photo? Is that what you did? Okay,
Yeah,
I was like,
I
oh,
did,
that's
yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah.
What's like the first thing you do when you get home? Is it like, Mom, you have to make your certain banana bread loaf? Or is there some sort of food that like Mom has to have and something that you do with your friends?
Usually the first thing I do is lay on the floor with the dogs and just get some cuddles. And yeah, I love cooking with my parents, and usually the first thing I do is go check out my mom's gardens. And this year she had asparagus coming up right when I got home, and so we were like plotting like, oh, are we gonna grill it? Like, what are we gonna do? Like cooking with food from her garden. And then my dad bakes really good bread. So yeah, I was treated to a wonderful home cooked meal.
So those are some of the hobbies you do. Like when an Olympian's not focused on their sport, you're home or like to cook.
Yeah, I really enjoy cooking, gardening. I really enjoy hiking and camping and canoeing, although sometimes that's harder to fit into my training schedule as much as I would like. But I also like reading and just hanging out with friends.
What is a show that like you would binge, like your guilty pleasure binge show?
Oh, I would rewatch Ted Lasso anytime. If it's on, I will like drop everything. But also I love Great British Bake Off.
Yes.
That's a big one for me. And honestly, I will get sucked into almost any like sporting Netflix series. I think those are really fun.
Okay, what sport are you watching when it's not your own sport?
Well, lately the Tour de France one, which I think I can relate to the most because we also have a stage race, and it's a lot about like dealing with the pain cave, and but it's such a different sport from us. But I think some of the mentality crosses over, so it's fascinating for me to watch and see athletes who are so different from what I do, but at the same time, some core things translate.
Very cool. All right, so you just won your third overall World Cup cross-country skiing title, which is phenomenal. The season just wrapped up. What is motivating you to keep going, keep pushing forward, and keep competing?
Well, I'm pretty internally motivated, and I do want to try to win the race, of course. Like, you don't start the race being like, I really want to get 32nd. Like, you definitely want to win the race, but for me, I really am searching for that feeling when I cross the finish line of like, yes. Like, I look back at the race and I know like I have given everything I could. And there's so many different complex, tiny little pieces of the puzzle to fit together to have a really good race, right? Like your mindset needs to be right. You need to be ready to go into the pain cave. Your skis have to be dialed. The wax on the skis, the grind on the skis, and then the layers of wax on the skis. So there's so many people behind the scenes who are making this happen. And then you need to have the right pacing, the right tactics. You need to have power, speed, endurance. There's so much that goes into our sport. And to have it all come together at the right time on the right day is pure magic. And so I'm chasing that feeling of like putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and when they click in place, it's just so satisfying. And honestly, I've had races where it wasn't, from the outside, maybe a super impressive result, but I felt like, oh, like that was it. That was like a breakthrough moment for me, and I'm so proud of that effort and what I put forward and how it came to life on the snow. And also there's races where I've won, where I've looked back and I've been like, oh, I can't believe I got away with those tactics. Like, that was not good. Like, I could clean that up a little bit. So yeah, I'm just motivated by putting it all together.
That's amazing. And you've talked, and I love this with your book that you wrote too, so much about your mental health. You've even said mental health is physical health, and it is. And it's so, athletes like yourself, Simone Biles, coming forward, speaking so publicly about their mental health and physical health. Why is that something that you think is important for people like yourself to continue to talk about?
Oh, my mental health is so important right alongside my physical health, and I want that for everyone. I want everyone to feel like they are allowed to ask for help if they need it. And so I think it's important for me to talk about, because I had to ask for help at multiple different times in my life. And growing up, I remember seeing these Olympic athletes and just seeing them as like superhuman, like, oh my gosh, like they're perfect, they're flawless. You know, in order to win gold at the Olympics, you clearly need to have mastered every little area of your life. And that's not true. Like, athletes are humans. Like, we have support systems, we have good days, we have bad days. And I want kids to see me and see someone who sometimes needs to ask for help and is allowed to have a bad day and sometimes falls down and has to pick herself back up again, because that's real life, and that shows them that when they have a hard day, they can get through it too, and that it's okay if they need to reach out and say, like, hey, I'm really struggling with this thing in my life. I would like some guidance. I'd like some help. Maybe I just need a hug. So I think it's really important for me to show that you don't have to be perfect, because that's something that I really struggled with, especially with my eating disorder. A lot of it was about searching for control and being too stuck on being perfect. And that's just not real life. And I needed to learn how to be more gentle and kind in the way that I talk to myself and easier on myself. And so I want to role model that to everyone who's watching.
That's so incredible. So many people that just heard you say that too are going to be like, wow, that is, it'll change their lives. Have you had people reach out and like, you have changed my life?
Yeah, and that's, you know, to be honest, the first time I wanted to tell my story, it was a really big, scary moment. And it's the thing that I am most proud of, because winning the Olympics was very cool. I'm very proud of it. Don't worry. I am proud of it. But I'm most proud of the courage that it took for me to open up and tell my story and be like, I carried this deep, dark secret for so long, because I want people to see that it is okay if you're not perfect. And having like coaches reach out and say, you know, I coach high school girls volleyball, and I talk to my athletes differently now. Like, I try to really see things in a different light. Or parents who are like, my young boy is going through a tough time, and I used your book as an icebreaker and a way to bring up the conversation and connect with him about this and get him help. Or people going through midlife transitions who are like, my eating disorder came back, and in my relapse, you know, I saw your story about your relapse, and I realized I can ask for help again. It's not like you get one call for help and that's it, you're cut off. You know, you're allowed to ask for help whenever you need it. And so hearing this from people has been the most meaningful part of my career and my life, really. And so I love that I get a chance to race for so much more than just winning. It's so far beyond just sports and medals.
I love that. Speaking of sports and medals, you're gearing towards your 4th Winter Olympic Games. When you like shut your eyes and think back to the last 3, obviously each one has their challenges. What is something that you will be like, oh, I remember this moment. I can like smell the smells and hear the sounds. What are some of those moments that you get brought back to you?
I would say Sochi, Russia was my first games, and walking into the opening ceremonies, I had imagined that moment. I mean, I remember having a sleepover with my high school cross-country team, like everyone lined up in their sleeping bags on the floor, watching opening ceremonies for Vancouver, and watching all the athletes walk in and being like, I want to do that. I want to be there. Like, I know them. I've trained behind some of them. Like, this is so cool. Like, put me in. I want to be part of this team. And so then getting that surreal moment of actually walking in, and the noise was deafening, and there were lights everywhere, and your heart is pounding, just the adrenaline rush of a lifelong dream being realized. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm an Olympian now. This is it. That was an incredible memory. And then from 2018, when Keegan and I won the team sprint medal, I think the coolest moment was because when I crossed the finish line, I knew we had won the race. I knew when I lunged, like, okay, we won, but it just felt like, okay, we won a race. It didn't feel like we won the race. But then when she jumped on top of me, and then we got up and we turned around, and our entire team was like right alongside the finish boards, and coaches were like crying and on their knees. It was like, oh, I still get choked up thinking about it, because it was so cool. Like, the whole team made this happen, and I can still like hear them yelling and the way the lights were, and it was like so late at night, so it was just like this crazy rush. It was amazing. It was
I got chills.
honestly
You
so cool.
describe it. I watched it on TV, and I was like reliving it with you. That's so incredible.
Yeah.
And when they put the gold medal around your neck, bring me back to that moment. And the national anthem is playing. What's going through your brain? Are you thinking of reliving that moment? Who's popping in? Are the dogs popping in your head? Your parents? Who's popping in your head?
Well, when we jumped up on the medal stand, Keegan and I had said like, we're gonna do a little dance, and this was like before TikTok dances were like a thing. But we were like, we can do some little moves, and so I was thinking about that. How excited I was to do something that made the moment our own, and then I was thinking like, I see my mom, I see my husband, but at the time he was my boyfriend, in the front row, and I was like, I can under no circumstances make eye contact because I will burst into tears. So I had to actually not look him in the eye because I was like, I can't do it. It's gonna be waterworks and it will never stop once I start. So it was this kind of funny moment of being like, I can't wait to just like sneak out of here and then go celebrate the moment with them in their little rental apartment afterwards.
That's incredible. When you are competing on the day of, what is going through your mind? Like, do you just like, is there music playing? Or are you like thinking of inspirational quotes, or what's going through your mind when you're racing?
Yeah, so oftentimes at the games, our races are late morning or early afternoon. So one fun fact is I get too nervous to have a normal lunch, so I just have breakfast twice. So I spend most of the Olympics eating breakfast, like over and over and over again, because that's what I know will settle and will sit and stay put and all that. So, so I do that, and then I pack my bag and I braid my hair and I put on my glitter. And when I get there, I don't really listen to music because you're not allowed to race with headphones in. And so I don't want to become reliant on music to pump me up. I want to just be in the moment and soak it in and hear the crowd. And so if I know that my parents are in the crowd, I will in warm up, like I will be like, where are you gonna sit? Like, where are you gonna be? Like, I want to see them and I'm looking for them. But then mostly I'm focused on testing skis. And my longtime coach, Jason Cork, he's also my wax tech. He's coached me since I was 18 years old, like the day I turned pro. And so he knows when I'm super nervous. So he usually comes prepared with a couple dad jokes, like really, really cheesy ones. And I come with some for him. And so we try to lighten the mood. And honestly, we're just kind of focused on nailing the ski selection and dialing in the wax and doing what we need to, but also enjoying the moment and like trying to take a second to just say, hey, like we know that the way I race is what got me here, so I don't have to do anything special or different. I just have to be me and just go do the best I can. And that's going to be enough because you can't control the actual outcome. You just control your effort. So I just try to stay loose and relaxed and honestly happy. Like my game face is me smiling in the start gate because I'm excited to be here and I get to do this. And how cool is that? That's pretty amazing.
It's incredible. Talk about Milan, Italy. How excited are you? How excited is your family? What are you looking forward to?
I'm so excited for Italy. It's truly, like the Dolomites are one of my favorite places in the world to ski and train. Like actually, so I'm so excited to get to go there. It feels like a home on the road. The people are so kind and so welcoming. Like when I was training at one of the high alpine meadows, like kind of above the venue, everyone was like, we're cheering for you, like we're so excited. Like I just kind of feel like Italy has really welcomed me and my family in. So I'm very excited for them to get to experience just this magic and the way the Olympics feels, the way that we get to experience it together, especially after COVID prevented us from all being together at the last one. So I feel like out of all the Olympics I've been to, like hopefully, assuming I make this next one, this one's gonna be about family and friends and the experience. And of course, I'm gonna be laser focused and doing everything that I can to have great performances. I'll have prepped as best I can, but yeah, I really want this one to feel like it's about enjoying that moment with all my people.
Are there other athletes that you admire or like fangirling over when you're surrounded by them or you watch them to inspire you?
Yeah, well, a couple of them are here with me at Allianz today. Alana is incredible, and I am so in awe of her grace, her strength, her courage. Like, she's incredible. And the same with Dan. Like, his story is amazing. He couldn't be a nicer person. Like, both of them, I'm so excited to cheer for them. And yeah, I'm really, really pumped.
I got this question that people are like, ask her, where do you keep your medals?
Oh, in hats. They come with like these really beautiful wooden carrying boxes, but it's kind of a hassle. And so I literally keep them like in a sack, and I just put each one in a ski hat and just like put them in there together.
Do you ever bring them out? You're like, it's medal time.
No, it was funny because I don't ever wear them. I don't even really look at them because every day I want to wake up and do something that makes me proud of who I am and what I did that day. And I don't want to rely on, hey, this one day in February you did this really cool thing. Like, that's not a free pass for life. Like, you get to be a good person every day. So I don't really look at them, but I bring them out for kids events and stuff. And then it's really, really fun when you see kids like, oh, they're really heavy. And so yeah, if people ever see me with them, like, ask to hold them. Like, I don't ever want to I don't want to assume and I don't want to push them on people, but I am happy to hand them out because I think it's cool to share that with people.
That is the other question we got from students. Your guilty pleasure food snacks. Do you get this asked a lot? I feel like people are like, are you just, like, people love, are you eating Chipotle or when you're not like training?
Oh yeah, well, I think what people probably don't know about cross-country skiing is like, it's a huge energy expenditure. Like, it's a lot for your body to go that hard in the cold for that long. And so in our sport, it's honestly more about eating enough. And so I focus on eating a wide variety of foods, but all foods fit. And so, yeah, like, when I come home, like, nachos are the first meal that I make. And I also love to bake, and I love dark chocolate. And I love ice cream and all these things and all these different, and I also love making a kale salad that I grew in my garden. And so, like, everything fits, like, everything in moderation, like, including moderation, right? So,
right.
Yeah.
Demands of being away, you mentioned you're always on the road and gone, and like the last thing you want to do is be somewhere for so long, and you want to be home with your husband. Is this going to be your last Olympic Games, do you think? Is this it for you, or do you want to keep pushing, keep going? Because obviously the demands are heavy, and that's a lot on you. It's a lot on athletes.
It is a lot, and I think, I'm not quite ready to say what all my plans are, but I will say I will never get tired of my sport. And I will never get tired of the people I do it with and the culture around it. Like, cross-country skiing is amazing. And I'm never going to be sick of that. But there will come a point when I'm ready to actually be home and actually just get to spend more time with my family. And I want to be able to have the next chapter of my life be just as exciting.
We have to talk about the glitter, because I feel like,
yeah.
Let's talk about the glitter on
Okay.
your cheeks. When did you start doing this, and what does it symbolize?
Yeah, so I started racing with glitter very long time ago, I think with my first World Cups, because I used to get really, really nervous for races. So this comes back to that perfectionism, right? Like, I was so focused on trying to do everything just so that I was losing sight of the fun and the joy. And I was like, it's sports. Like, it's literally fun and games. Like, we're in the entertainment category. Like, it should be fun. If you don't love what you're doing, then why are you putting yourself through so much pain and so much effort and all these thousands of hours of training? So the glitter on my cheeks was a way of reminding myself, like, you're gonna go out there and enjoy what you're doing and have fun and smile and just go out there and try the best you can. So it kind of became this promise to myself. And also, it's really hard to take yourself too seriously when you're wearing glitter on your face. And so, yeah, it's kind of like, now it's my pre-race ritual. Like, I only wear glitter on race days and for special interviews. But yeah, it's like the last thing I do before I head out the door to the venue. And I will glitter up any of my teammates, any of my coaches who let me. Yeah.
Do you have like a following of, like, does your mom like glittering up? And...
Oh yeah, my mom and my sister will. For the Minneapolis World Cup, my husband Wade put on glitter for the very first time. Wow. he might be mad that I told you all that, but he was like, I'm only doing this for you. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Like kids pretty much all over the world have sent me photos of their race day glitter and how it makes them feel and how it's fun for them. And some races have set up glitter bars so kids can like get all sparkled up for race day. And I think it's really a fun thing to share with people because it's just a little marker of like, I'm here having fun, and it's sparkly and it's a little silly, and I love that.
Have you ever, and you've been interviewed a million times, but has anyone ever asked you what your phone's backdrop is, like your screensaver?
Oh my gosh, no.
What?
That's an amazing question.
What is it?
Okay.
Do you have it on you? If you don't, that's okay.
I was gonna say, I don't know where my little blue phone is.
But do you know what your screensaver is?
I do.
Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, I don't mind. My lock screen is a picture from my engagement shoot with my husband, Wade. So it's the two of us in actually Belwyn Field out by Afton. Oh. And it's like the grasses are long and beautiful. It's in the fall. And then my home screen on the inside is us hiking in Patagonia. And the Cuernos Mountains are behind us. And they're like jagged and pokey. And every time I see those pictures, I feel so loved. And also, it reminds me of really cool, special moments that we've had together and being outside in nature.
Anything else you want to add that we didn't touch on?
I guess I just want to say thank you to like the community here, and especially to Minnesota. Like this is the state and the ski community that raised me, and I have so many people who have been such a big part of my journey. And you know, they say it takes a village, but like it takes the whole state, it takes the whole country, and it takes so many people being willing to, you know, first let me miss so many classes and turn in my homework late, and then supporting me on the road, and the sponsors who have been behind me every step of the way, who truly are there for the hard times and the injuries to help me get to the really big moments and the breakthroughs. And that's a really, really cool thing for me, and I'm just really grateful. And I feel like those Olympic medals like belong to thousands of different people, and I hope they feel that too.